welcome back, folks, to Pix TV. I'm your speaker as usual. So, we've got a Rio. Oh, we've got Expert coming again. So, it is. So, we'll see how we go. Although, I didn't do bad last time. On Expert. Buildings can appear directly adjacent to destinations. Okay. Start with. I always gets confusing that. This is a buildings. Well, a house is a building. But what it means is a factory can be next to a factory. That's all it means, really. Start because obviously I call them all factories, or you could call it businesses or whatever. I do it that way because this is confusing. Start with one more way. Okay. So, bearing in mind, if you've not seen this one, if I do this and I leave it for about 30 seconds, it becomes permanent. Permanentoso. But I have a cunning plan. If you're not sure where that comes from, go search Blackadder and Baldrick. And it's a UK sitcom from, well, it did quite a few actually, to be honest. I was hoping that was going to actually come not that way, but still, I can't. I do, you know. I do. Was this a bad idea? Yeah, of course it's a bad idea. Is this not going to work? Well, it's going to work, but I was thinking of taking it around there, but we want to keep this open, don't we, really? So, what could possibly go wrong? Rio. It's a song called Rio, and I can't think it's. I think it's an 80s track. I can't remember. I'm sort of being hesitant to connect them. So yeah, so what that meant when it meant means this can be right next to, as in like here, right there. Oh, what's Sunday? I've got one more pip. Right, what do we want? Apart from a flipping miracle. That only gives me one. I want to extend this because I know for a fact that this is going to be a nightmare. So we're doing this. Although we could have actually done that. Would it be worth doing that, I wonder? Or would it be worth doing that, I wonder? Yes, well, let's do that. We don't want them next to the sea. No, can't go near the sea. I assume that would be the sea. I think that means the bay, but I'm not too sure. Oh, Elsfire. That's an interesting connection. Game. Thank you very much. Also known as terrible. Traffic light would be nice to be on there. Oh. Oh, flip. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Stop the printer. Right, we'll do that. Well, this turned out to be a nightmare. No change there then. I'm doing it, I'm doing it, I'm doing it well. So, we have got Mr. Yellow on there. We could do with some traffic lights, couldn't we? Oh. Yes. I think a traffic light on there and a traffic light on there will be quite spondooly. I'm not convinced that motorways are going to help me out. I'm not even convinced that I'm not going to even be in last that long the way it's going. Why do I think this is a bad idea? You see, there you go, you see. And I can't put them down because they're thingy, so I've got to lump it, as the saying goes. Now they might actually go through there. Yeah, you see, I thought that would happen. That's good or bad or indifferent. I have no idea. Looks like we're moving out that way. Right. This is a tunnel. I know this is a tunnel because it has to be a tunnel. Because if it's not a tunnel, that's going to be the end of the game. Douche. Look at me. If that gets busy though, that's going to cause an issue. Now, do I send it this way? Yes. If I send it that way, Mr. Yellow is going to hit that. But if I send it that way, downwards, it goes straight in there and not bother the yellow. Pigs are a genius. Thank you very much. I'm sure there's a fine line between a genius and an idiot. If that blocks us in there, that's not going to work though. Although we've got 3. This will. Let's tactic that. Now we could do that. That might be a bit better on the old banjo. It allows it to go faster in there. Let's put it that way. Okay, yeah, I can't even connect that in though. I can't do it. Well, that's not technically true. I can. But what's a lot of... Oh, that's going to be a pain. We're going to get a Sunday come back again. Oh. Flipping roll on. Right then. Tunnel. What are we getting up there? That's easy to connect. Pause. Right, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to be the pig of the pig. That's going to have to go through there. That is going to have to come down. The reason why I'm doing that way is because there's no way that this will deal with me sending them through there at all, and no one circumstances. That can come. I'm not going to rush it. Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. That's connected. I will have to connect this now. I was just checking to see if I was going to get any more, but apparently I'm not, so I'll take the little nipple out. Ooh la la. Hopefully, I will get an option of a bridge. As we know, because the reason why I'll get an option as a bridge is because do we like that? Yeah, well, I'd rather push them away from each other, and that's got a good chance of doing that. Come on. Yep. Oh, yeah. I'll take the bridge, although the trouble is, if I take the bridge, I get the bridge. That makes no sense. If I take the bridge, I've got to connect this somehow. If I take the motorway, it's more of a direct route. But is that a good idea? I have no idea. What's the law of averages is if I... We could have something here. Let's just take the bridge and pause. Whee! Their business is like blue. I know what I'm going to do. Right, so I won't get a bridge. But I really want traffic lights. I'll take... Should I take the motorway or should I take the roundabout? Let's... The motorway would be better. But I don't really see much in the way of being able to connect it. I've got one. So let's say here. Fine. Unless they both come on. That's what... Let's just take them on. I was going to put the roundabout... I was going to put a roundabout here. Which will allow, you know, more connections if we need it. A bit like these two. I've got an idea for this. Right. You, my buddies. Purposely doing that because it allows more stuff to push up. But I keep an eye on these here. I'll connect them if I need to connect, but only if I need to connect them. This is terrible. If this does a wrong thingy, we're in doo-doo. Right, that's fine. I'm semi-glad about that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do that. That cuts more of that off and doesn't allow... No, I'm not going to bother with that one. Sunday. Right then. Decisions have to be made. I have a feeling that this is going to come into play. Oh, if I'm wrong, that'll be the end of the game. And the only reason why I say that is obviously motorways cannot go over mountains. But they can in the real world, so that's a bit silly. Right, let's do this. I think we could do this actually. That would be an extra 2. What the? Flying kebab. I was worried about that one. No, I'm not worried about that one because that was going to decrease. This one is a right pain in the posterior of the posteriors. Oh, I don't get any more now. Oh, okay. Fine, be like that then. See if I care. Holy potato, Batman. That one could go with that. That's done. That, and that. I'm thinking of this here, but how the hell do I get that to go into there without destroying the... That's the wrong way around. I could get an extra one there if I did it a different way. Oh, hells bells and little fishes. This is a nightmare. I knew this was going to be an issue. I knew when it was like, should I do that? Should I not do that? And then not do it. They cannot get enough. They can't get enough pink over there. Pink's a problem. Pinky, 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 pink. Let's do that. Nope, that's the end of it, I'm afraid. I was not doing too bad there. Look at that, nearly 1,000. The expert is monumentally difficult because obviously you can't rechange roads, you can't take anything out. So it's like if you put it there, that's it. Is that a good idea? It's a bad idea. I thought swinging that in the first into the tunnels was a good idea. It was until it wasn't. But then again, if I'd put it the other way, I might have had a... I'm wondering if when you do the expert, you need to be more spacing, but not too much spacing than the businesses could take up the 2 squares. That's the thing. You want 2 squares gap. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out pigstv.com for all videos and videos that are not out on YouTube at this precise moment. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.